Hello and welcome to this new video. Today I'm gonna explain what is a breadboard, how to use the breadboard, and why is it essential for an electronics learner. So in the beginning, if you didn't know, this is actually called a breadboard. It is a board that has too many holes used to insert components in. Just like that. The breadboard is mainly used for testing and fast prototyping. The breadboard is divided into two main sections, called as the power supply section and a component section. Each has its own usage and physical structure. So let's start with the power supply section. In normal sized breadboards, you have mainly two power supply sections, an upper section and a lower section. Each has two rails, a positive rail and a negative rail. The positive rail marked with red color and a plus sign, and the negative rail with blue color and a negative sign or a minus sign. Okay, right now this is another breadboard actually, and I have removed its back cover to show you. Actually, if you can see, there are two metal pieces running along the whole section horizontally. This actually indicates that if you supplied power, the electricity will be available for the whole row, either on the positive side or the negative side. As for the usage of the power supply section, it is actually used to supply power. It can be either a battery, a lab bench power supply, a solar panel, and so on. Anything that can supply power, that's the main point. Okay, right now we are done with the power supply section. Now let's go to the component section. The component section is the section in the middle of the breadboard. It is actually used to insert components in, just as I showed you before. You can insert LEDs, resistors, capacitors, inductors, transistors, and so on. So as before, this is actually the breadboard from inside, and right now I'm showing you the component section. It is the same as the power supply section in the arrangement, but actually it is arranged in a vertical way. Okay, that means if we looked from a top view to the breadboard, you can see that A1, B1, C1, D1, and E1 are all connected together. And the same applies to the rest of the breadboard, including the lower segment as well. As for the center separation, it actually has its own purpose, where it separates both upper and lower segments from each other. This can allow more connection points, plus it actually allows integrated circuits or ICs to be inserted, where it fits exactly in position. I will discuss more about ICs in future videos, so don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified about our new videos. And finally, why is the breadboard essential for an electronics learner? As mentioned before, the breadboard makes testing and building circuits so much easier than soldering, which wastes your time and solder, and needs high proficiency to solder parts together. Of course, this is for temporary circuits only, and testing as well. If you are talking about a permanent circuit, this has its own case, where you will use a printed circuit board or a PCB. In conclusion, having a breadboard is very useful, but there is a major tip, and it's not to buy any cheap breadboards. Cheap breadboards sometimes looks very attractive with a low price, but don't think this is too good, because most if not all the time, their connectivity will start to become lower by the time. As their connectors start to expand, resulting in pins or wires not connecting correctly. This can cause short circuits, component damaging, etc. So always I recommend to buy a well-priced breadboard as it lasts long and has good connections. So I hope you liked this video. If you think my videos are great, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button to support me. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.